mean, it's one thing, to pull the plug on a light bulb. It's another thing to pull the plug on a sentient system.
Anthropic has been warning that full recursive self-improvement could arrive by 2027 to 2028.
The AI could see the spectrum of possibilities more than a human being. So at that level of creativity, AI will win. We don't know the answer, which curve is the right one. And sooner or later, through a process that's so perhaps slow that we don't even notice it, we will afford them consciousness. Kings want to be kings in part because they have the power. If they have the power, they have the hegemony. They, in a sense, exist even when they are gone.
Every argument about AI ends up in the same place. Is it conscious? Is it alive? Does it think? Brian Greene is a theoretical physicist at Columbia. Asked what actually worries him, he didn't answer that question. He pointed at the people holding the switch.
Yeah, and his view is much more of the sort, just pull the plug. If something's going in the wrong direction, just pull the plug. Just stop the AI system. And it's not obvious to me, and I guess to many of the other leaders, that if these systems advance sufficiently far, that they won't be able to stop you from pulling the plug. The other thing I would say, and again, this is not original, many people have worried about this, you rattled off the names of the leaders of the current companies that are leading the charge in AI. There only are a handful of companies and a handful of people. Putting that kind of power in such a small number of hands has historically, not with AI, but with other power structures, not always turned out well, And so, yes, I think there is a chance that there's an instability that the power of these kind of artificial systems may generate.
That's the claim, and it has a number behind it. Epoch AI tracks every significant model ever trained. They define the frontier as the top 10 by training compute. 10 slots. 6 companies hold all of them.
So Demis, and I use Demis because Demis is running the biggest AI company, said that since the design of machines is one of these intellectual activities, an ultra-intelligent machine could design even better machines. If the exponential continues, which is not certain, but now has a decade-long track record supporting it, then it cannot possibly be more than a few years before AI is better than humans at essentially everything. The combination of intelligence, agency, and unpredictability is a recipe for existential danger.
Yeah.
Not because AI is evil, but because it's complex in ways we don't fully understand yet. If a system can improve faster than humans can evaluate those improvements, the normal safety feedback loop breaks down. You cannot catch problems before they compound.
He's absolutely right. The problem with exponentials is that they grow so quickly that by the time you see them, it's too late to do anything about it. What happens with the pandemic? With a pandemic, it starts off slow, nobody cares, nobody's paying it. It's a story in the news, starts to. By the time it becomes a real story, the pandemic is at the part of the exponential curve that makes it very difficult to address the problem itself.
And their timelines for this explosion in intelligence, because of the AIs being able to train themselves, ranges from 2 years to 5 years, placing them between 2026 and 2029. And Dario, who's the CEO of the biggest model called Anthropic Claude, has stated that AI systems outperforming most humans across all human tasks, including software engineering, could arrive within 2 to 3 years. And Anthropic has been warning that full recursive self-improvement could arrive by 2027 to 2028. Demis at Google is citing 2029 as a real possibility, and Sam Altman says this decade.
The shape he's describing isn't in dispute. What's in dispute is where along it we're standing, and by his own argument, that's the one thing you cannot know from the inside.
It just may act in ways that are so alien to us, so foreign to us, so unexpected to us, that we don't know how to deal with it, and moreover, it may not necessarily be beneficial to our existence. Now, as I said before, I'm perhaps a minority when I say I can imagine that we work with the AI and co-develop into something that we can't even predict today. That seems to me a real possibility.
And that's also the temptation.
Yeah. I have a friend, Michael Douglas, who's a brilliant physicist. And he said to me, we physicists, we should choose the final problems that we work on, because within a few years, we'll be out of business because the AI systems will just be doing it all. And that's both exciting and terrifying, because as a physicist, your lifeblood is looking out at the world and finding puzzles and trying to find the explanations for them. And if you can just put it into an AI system and it generates the answer, there can be a certain existential angst about what your role is at that point. But it's also exciting, because maybe we will get answers to questions that we thought we would never get in our lifetime.
When physicists start choosing which problems are worth the rest of their careers, that isn't a forecast. It's a planning decision made by people who can read the curve.
Did you say you're friends with Jan LeCun?
Yeah.
And did you say he thinks we should just pull the plug?
When you confront Jan and say, dude, aren't you worried about what's going to happen with this? He's like, don't worry. Just pull the plug if there's a problem.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if you really want this to continue, they can't just be probabilities and statistics based on words. The AI systems need to have some inner model of the world as we do, right? I mean, if I take this cup here and I push it, I have an inner model of what it would take to move it without spilling, and I have an inner model of what it would take to spill it. I won't actually do it because it would make a mess. That's not just statistics and probabilities of words. That's a model of how reality functions. And that's what he and many others have been developing. If you're a scientist, you can sort of see the landscape of ideas and equations that you might bring to bear on a puzzle more than somebody else, and that is what allows you to achieve greatness. Artificial systems, they have the entire landscape, right? They've read the entire internet. They've read every textbook. They know everything that we have ever developed. So in that kind of creativity, obviously, they're going to excel. And we've seen that. A human can't beat an AI any longer in chess. A human can't beat an AI system in Go, right? I mean, this famous example with AlphaGo, right? Move 37 has become this sort of iconic move where, Lee Sedol, the world champion, is playing, and you can see it on his face. The AI makes a move, and he smiles momentarily, and he's like, oh, it messed up. And then his face changes because he slowly realizes that wasn't a mistake. Even the commentators, if you listen to them, they were like, oh my God, the AI has made a mistake. What? But the final domain is the one where somebody comes up with something that nobody has ever imagined, ever thought of. It's not just putting things together, it is radically new. That's the tough one. We're still able to win in that category. There are examples where people just come up with things that, where did it come from? How do they think of that? If you develop an artificial system and allow it to have a life, allow it to grow up, put it in an environment where it actually has experiences of the sort that an Isaac Newton had. Could it be that system then develops to a place where it can do the things that we'd like to think are exclusively human, coming up with something that is not previously represented in the database on which the AI system has trained?
Notice what he just did there. He didn't say, it will happen. He asked whether anything stops it, and then left that question standing. A forecast you can argue with. An open question you can't.
One of the things I've been thinking a lot about lately is Elon's out there saying that we're heading to an age of abundance. He's kind of shifted his perspective from this doomerism to age of abundance. And then part of his narrative there is we won't need money, because when you've got robots and AI and more energy, then we're not going to have to worry about food and these kinds of things, or bills, whatever. But still, humans pursue scarcity.
Yeah.
We pursue status. We want, humans want the home on the end of Miami Beach with the best plot. And there's finite numbers of these things that a lot of humans pursue, even like academic discovery, Nobel Prizes.
Yep.
There's a finite number of them and we pursue them. So one would argue that there's still going to be a competition. Humans are still going to strive for things, right?
Why do we do that?
Yeah.
Right? And part of the reason is, if you know that you're going to die, if you know that your life is finite, there can be an urge to make your mark, to do something special, to be out of the ordinary so that in some symbolic way you continue to exist even after you are gone, right? I mean, Elon Musk, after he's gone, people are going to talk about him for a long, long time, right? Because he had a radical impact, and who knows where it will go. He's got many productive years still left.
He never says we lose. He says it arrives faster than anyone can check it, and that the people deciding what it does would fit around one table. The question was never whether it can think. It's who it answers to, and that was settled before most people knew there was a question.